Hello everyone, welcome to Insurgency. This is a military style tactical shooter with limited HUD in every single game mode. It's just default limited HUD. It puts you straight into the game zone and it is absolutely awesome. Forget Battlefield 4, forget COD. This one is for the guys that just like tactics, and this is just top of the range tactics. It is very fun indeed. The gameplay you're watching now, this is just a training mission, this one, and I'll tell you something, the training on this is actually very good. It gives you pretty much everything you need in the training mission, and it also has a little bit of story in as well, which is awesome. But mainly it's multiplayer game only, PC only, and it costs very little. Right now it's in Humble Bundle for a very cheap price along with some other great games, so pick it up. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to go and buy it and support charity as well. So let's talk a little about the game. I'm going to show you right now what the menus look like. So basically this is what you're going to see when you first load up the game. As you can see, there is around 8 game modes, and the filters and everything work perfectly. The server browser is fantastic. This is another good point about the game. As you can see in the menus, it tells you every single thing about the game mode, so very easy to understand. It shows you things that are all useful. On the left is your chat. It's kind of like the way CSGO is set up. It has everything very easy to see and very easy to understand. Server browser as well, similar to Team Fortress 2. You just pick one, you find one, and go into it. It shows you the game mode of it, the players, the ping, everything you need to know. And when you're finally in the game, it gets really awesome. So you're going to load up and you're going to get into this screen. As you can see, we're playing on the map District right now in the Push game mode. That's from Battlefield 4. But when it actually loads in properly, you get to see a little mini map, or the map actually changes into a larger map of the actual battlefield and what's going on right now. So it gets you a little bit started with where everyone is. You get to pick a class. As you can see from the classes, it's basic stuff, and you pick one and that will have a certain gun type and a certain little ammunitions and things that will only be specific to that class. And there's 2 types of teams, an assault squad and a recon team. The recon team is going to sit back and tell you where people are, etc., and the assault squad is going to be the ones diving in with the big beast shotguns, LMG guns and everything like that. And so when you choose which position you want to play, you get into the loadout screen, and this is another awesome thing about the game. So visual, you can see everything you're putting on the gun, everything you're taking away from the gun. It all relies on your weight. You can't go over a certain amount, but of course you can keep on adding things and removing things to find out the perfect loadout for you. You don't have to run any secondary, you don't have to go with any explosives. You can just load out your weapon, your main primary weapon, to the max if you wish. It is really cool for that reason. So I tried to show you the best gameplay I could for this. It's not very action-packed all the time. As I said, it's a tactical game. It's not going to be run and gun. You should know this by now if you're at this point in the video. So when you're picking your loadouts, you want to be knowing what your tactic is. If you're picking a long-range scope, make sure you're going to be playing long range, looking down corridors. For instance, right now, this primary weapon, I do feel like I picked the wrong primary weapon. I should be having a more close range weapon, submachine gun. But of course, picking the classes, need to make sure you know which class you're picking. Make sure you're picking a close range close range loadout if you are going into these corridors. Of course, this I think was my first time on this map, so I was trying to just figure out the map a little bit, and I did end up whipping my pistol out to get him, of course, because he was close range. That's what I mean. Pistols are effective on this. It's not like the primary weapon's the big damager. Pistols are useful. It's not like a backup thing. Pistols should be whipped out if you're in tight corners, tight rooms. It's not just a backup if you're not reloading. They are useful because it's an actual gun. This is what Insurgency is good for. It has realistic gun damage for a change. CSGO, it challenges CSGO on the realistic level. CSGO is very tactical, but it's still got that COD element. I'm trying to compare everything to COD because everyone's played COD. It's still got that COD element of action-packed. You know, you're straight into a map. It's 5v5. There's not where else you can go, and it's 2-minute rounds, I think. So everything is very fast-paced. This is big long games. You know, out of 5 rounds, first person to 3 rounds won is the person who wins the entire game. That usually takes at least an hour. Things take time, and it's very fun. You can see me running around now for a minute, but I'm listening so much in my headphones because the tactics on it are so good. The headphones, in the way they've calibrated the headphones and sounds on the game is fantastic. I can hear pinpoint where people are. Of course, because there's no mini-map, I can't tell who is there, but if you're good at the game, you generally know where your team is, and of course if you're playing with actual teammates, speaking to them, Even better, you can ask them who's on that side of the map, etc, etc. It's very, very cool indeed. And actually dominating on this game feels so successful. On COD, if you have a good game, you're usually going to absolutely dominate, like get 30 kills to 3. On this one, I haven't seen a single person get like a 2-to-1 KD ratio, because it's so tactical. It focuses on objectives so much more. You'll have the snipers actually looking at objectives. This is why it's very cool. So anyway, that is pretty much the video. I've shown you Insurgency. This is on Humble Bundle, very cheap right now, a bunch with a few other games. I'm going to try and play them games and upload them in the coming days to show you a little bit more about the Humble Bundle so you can maybe buy it. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, I just feel like it's a really good cause and you get good games as well. So, thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the last few clips and I'll see you next time. Cheers.